We recently passed the halfway point on the calendar, so now is a great opportunity to look back on your finances, make sure you're hitting your financial goals for the year. I know a lot of people like to wait to the end of the year, but it's a good thing to do it in the middle of the year as well. So let's go over a few of those items right now. Number one, your retirement contributions. This is a huge thing, especially with people over 50 years old now. You get that extra contribution that you could put in each year. So if you have enough money to put in that catch-up opportunity, let's look at doing it. I have some clients that are a little bit younger, and they've had a tough time with just the spending, inflation, and everything. And they might have got a mid-year bonus instead of the end of the year bonus. I always tell people to focus on increasing your contribution level around your bonus, because you will feel it less if you're doing it around the bonus. If you can make that difference, slowly do it over time, 1% each time. It doesn't have to be a big, huge jump. Oh yeah, I want to go from 1% to 11%. You want to look at these things, making sure that it does the best thing for you. The next thing I would say too, don't let cash sit idle. I have had this happen a few times recently, and I feel so bad for the people that have done it. And what I mean by cash sit idle, they're not even putting in money market. They're not even putting in CDs. They're not even putting in US Treasuries earning 3 to 4%, what interest rates are right now. They're literally sitting in a checking account or one of those savings accounts that earns 0.1 or less interest. I've had a client just recently that they just sold a house, and they sold their house for, I think it was $400,000 or $500,000. And they put it all in their bank. They haven't pulled the trigger on buying their next house. They want to buy a house in Tennessee. And this has been over 6 months now. And it's been sitting in that savings account earning 0.01 interest, where they could have got 3+% interest. With those more short-term goals, like for that client, it still makes sense to keep it safe, not to go in the market, to throw it in dividends or go try to chase some returns. But for them, they really should make sure to at least get interest instead of that less than 0.01% interest that unfortunately the banks do give unless you ask them. You just even ask for the high yield savings. Those still have liquidity in there. Money market, some of them do as well. So you want to look at those things to make sure that you're doing the best for your money. Revisiting that spending and income is a huge thing too. Why I say that, especially if you're getting close to retirement, we got to make sure that you have the income coming in down the road. We know you have Social Security, you might have a pension. We know those are becoming unfortunately less and less in the world. So where else are we going to get income? Do we go out and get some dividend paying stocks? Do we put an annuity in the picture? Or do we just go get some growth and just pull off the growth from the stocks? Why we want to look at this mid-year as well. I mean, the market is up right now. And because it's up, maybe we should capture kind of resetting your allocation, reconfiguring things so that you're ready to go when you get to retirement. If you're retiring next year, let's pull that trigger right now. I know the market has been great, but you want to be ready. You want to be ready to retire when you can. You don't want to wait till it's too late and something does happen in the market, because unfortunately it will go down at a certain time, whether it's 3 months, 3 years, 10 years from now, there will be recessions in the place. So let's get that spending and income set so that you guys can enjoy your goals and dreams. And then one of the big things I want to go over too, this is my favorite. I like to go over those Roth conversions. I like to go over those contributions. Should we go in pre-tax versus Roth? I just met someone actually yesterday, and we were talking about changing his contributions from pre-tax to Roth. And you would be like, why would you do that? For him, what made sense was because he already had $1.7 million in pre-tax money. He had a great Social Security, great pension. He was barely touching his 401k. And because of that, he was going to have this major tax issue at required minimum distribution age. So it made sense to switch all his contributions to Roth now. We actually made a dramatic change from 100% pre-tax to 100% Roth contributions to get the max right now. And that's what he's doing because that's what works in his plan. Not saying this works for you. Make sure to talk to someone before, but you want to look at these things mid-year, end of the year, so that you're kind of making sure to do the best tax thing possible. And those conversions too, I started talking about them. I know that usually is at the end of the year, but sometimes it does make sense to look at them a little earlier on just to kind of see, okay, does it make sense to do it this year versus next year, depending on when you're retiring, depending on age. You just want to make sure to get those things settled. last couple things too, I like to say, check your Social Security status. Look at your work history on Social Security. They give you the year by year structure of how much income you've had, and it shows on your Social Security amount that if you're going to get $3,000 a month, $3,500 a month, so you want to make sure to look down that 35-year work history and make sure that they're not missing a year. Because if you worked at a small company, it does sometimes happen. And the other thing too is I have some people give me their Social Security updates yearly, whether they do it in the mid-year or the end year, it doesn't matter. But we want to kind of update that plan to make sure that, okay, the plan's still working together. Let's make sure that those numbers still work and you're still on track to retire. And the last thing too, review those non-financial details. I've had a lot of major issues with this too, especially beneficiaries. Going into a second marriage, divorce, things have happened, change of beneficiary, a niece versus a nephew, percentages. You really want to double check those things on your retirement accounts, even on your insurance coverage too, because those insurance coverages that you might have done 30 years ago, those term policies, it might be a completely different beneficiary what you wanted to do back in the day. Estate planning documents, I run across this a lot. This is one of the most popular ones, I would say, even just having a basic will. Most people get their wills done when the kids are just born or they had their last child and they haven't updated for 10, 20 plus years. So the same thing as a beneficiary, you want to make sure to update these things to make sure that it's going to the right people and you have the right things set in place for your goals and your timeline. If you want a mid-year review, if you want help on any of these things that I just brought up today, go to our website at tfcheckup.com or click the links below.